Creativity as the key to living in alignment with your soul purpose. The key. Is there only one? I think there are many. And in the intensity of what's happening in the world these days, I think that exploring possibilities we may not have imagined before can create expedited transformation, which is what we need right now, if you ask me. Cristela Arcucci here, the founder of the Soul Purpose Network, supporting you to clear the blocks that keep you from living in alignment with your purpose. So in this conversation of creativity, and for me, each week I have a different focus. Every day the same focus. Then there's an overarching theme that I'm generally working with on a weekly or monthly basis. So on Tuesdays, exploring creativity and what that means in my life and my business. For me, the exploration of my creative expression in a multitude of ways, through how I dress, what jewelry I wear, creating things in my business for my clients, for potential clients, creating marketing videos. There's so many ways that my creativity is an integral part of my life, as well as my personal practices. Excuse me. Dance, movement, meditation, healing. Because I've had so many years of experience, personal practice, and training, at this point, I utilize my creativity to support me in developing the tools that I need to support myself. So I'm sharing this with you because I think creativity is a key part to support us in transforming the world right now. Because there's a way in which things have been going on along a certain way. We have gotten into the habit of thinking a certain way, behaving a certain way, engaging with our friends, communities in the world in a certain way. And this global crisis that is showing up in a variety of ways, to me, is calling us on a soul level to something much greater, to something that we might not even be able to see. And how are we going to find that? How are we going to find out what that is? Through creative exploration and experimentation, to be like, well, this thing that I'm doing in my life hasn't been working. So what if I try something else? So for me, the pressure of this past year or so has forced me to look at my business and how I was running my business, and to then really dive deeply into what I'm doing that is working for me and my clients, and to find the things that I want to be doing that I'm not doing. Because for me, this pressure is increasing. So the things that I could tolerate 2 years ago are now, there's just too much pressure. There's too much pressure to be living in alignment with our soul's calling. And for me, that's whether I live one more day or 40 more years, this pressure to come into greater alignment with my soul purpose is increasing. And it's, I think, happening on a global scale for so many of us. So why I am sharing this with you is because I want to encourage you. We've talked about intuition this week and utilizing your intuition, then also using your creativity to get creative in how you are approaching a challenge in your life. So if you think of a specific challenge in your life right now, we can get set in certain tracks of how we relate to challenges in our life. So if we take a moment to scramble that, scramble the way that we have done it before, and then take a deep breath and open your lungs, open your heart, open your mind. Let any crazy idea come in. What if you do this? What if you try that? And instead of discounting it, write all of them down. Take a brain dump recording. Write it down, put it into your voice recorder. All these crazy, wild ideas. Then tune into the feeling of your body. What are the sensations when you imagine taking a creative path that you haven't imagined before? So there is a process of exploring creative ideas and giving them enough time to clarify what to move forward on. Because there are so many developments in our world that have been created by somebody having a crazy idea. And everyone's saying, you're nuts, that's never gonna work. You know, you could use 1,000 examples. But the point is that so often we shut down our own creative exploration and trying different things in our lives, in our communications habits, in our fitness or nutrition patterns. So crazy ideas, exploring them, giving time to how you can creatively approach a problem. You know, and for me, this is giving me some sense of relief in the intensity of what's happening in the world, to be like, all right, this structure that we've built is no longer working and it's falling apart and being actively deconstructed. So what are our intentions for what we're building, and how can we get wildly creative and even take time to explore what seems to be crazy? So for me, it's moved me out of this place of complacency or contentment in a way. Like I was happy, like things were good enough. And now the pressure of what's happening in the world is pushing me into a place of, am I living in alignment or not? And there are many ways I am, and I'm grateful for the choices that I've made and continue to make on a daily basis. Yet the ways in which I'm not living in alignment with my purpose are getting so much more uncomfortable that I can't tolerate it. That it's just like, okay, gotta change. Got to change. So this is why I'm sharing it with you, because there are some ways in which it's exciting, the changes that are happening, that it's forcing us out of our comfort zone. It's forcing us out of the ways in which we've been doing things and calling us into creative exploration. What do we want to be creating, and how are we creating it? So try it out. And I encourage you to make this practice as embodied as possible. That it's like we can explore creativity in our mind, but how can you bring this creative expression down into your body and out into the world? You could do a Facebook Live. So let me know in the comments your exploration of creativity and how you can use it as a vehicle for coming into greater alignment with your purpose. Also post any questions there, like, share, and I will see you next time.